Indeed. So let's think about what we were up to in the lands between on our previous lore exploration adventures. That's what we're up to right here. Oh, yeah. I punned before I even could catch myself. Somebody stop me. Sorry, I saw a picture or a frame from the film The Mask, and I've had his like one-liners in my head the whole day. Hey, what's up, Vague Spaces? Hey, are you? Also, I feel like my monitor moved a little. Like it's a little bit not in the place where it was. I don't know. Ah, yes. We took off the hat, as I recall. I don't specifically recall uh what we were up to. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. So, let's think about things a little bit. We're deep in the Einsel River, which is underneath Liurnia, of all places, right? And we made our way there once before uh, by taking a teleporter from Rena's Rise, right? Once we advanced the Ronnie quest enough, she was like, all right, I'm going to take off. Thanks. And we went looking after her and found her, all her, like her outfit, and then a teleporter on top of the rise. Blinked us to where we are now. And we also found a miniature doll of Ronnie, who I believe is still in our inventory. She should be a key item. There she is. Miniature. There she is. We could just keep her in our pocket. She's been living in our pocket. Uh, and we could talk to her at this site of grace right here. And she'll be all like, you got to kill these baleful shadows up ahead because if you don't, I'm going to be like mad at you or something, pretty much. But really what she's trying to do is test us. Hey, man, never, I'll tell you, I turned off where, it'll pop up an alert when a raid happens, but the number of people in the raid, I turn it off. It doesn't show. It shows, of course, it shows me and my stream manager and all this stuff, but I generally don't look at it. And I'm like, hey, welcome in. How's all y'all? I'll give a raid of 1 the same spiel that I'd give the raid of 30. Don't even worry about it. I'm just glad you're here, and I hope you could spend a little time. But if you can't, that's okay too, because you know we stream until we can't stream anymore, and we got other stuff that we got to get done. I understand, because that's the life I also live. uh, but yeah, here we are in the Einsel River, and like I said before, we came to it by way of Ronnie's quest. Uh, and Ronnie's quest brought us here by teleporter, and she's like, well, I'll tell you why she's mad at us, kind of pretty much because, well, you're here for a while? That's what's up. Uh, Hell yeah, you'll be popping. I mean, it's just a matter of time, and occasionally the good hands will get dealt to you. That big raid from somebody random, the lightning strike huge raid of like 50 will come, and you'll feel the heat of that many eyes on you, and you'll do your best, and I'm sure it'll be great. With the likes of Roxy getting our back and how she's developing a lot lately too, it is inevitable. Our communities have bright future, comrade. But yes, there is another way to get to the Einsel River, and we just took it. And indeed, I learned a little something today to contextualize what makes this trip possible. But here we are, right under the ground. But we traveled here from this position. Also, I should remove this. Oops. How do we remove the marker? Oh, there we go. I killed that guy. Hey, what's up, Roxas? Uh, but yeah, I decided to go back and explore the Deep Root Basin uh, a little bit more. Poked around a little bit, killed a big ass bear, even leveled a couple times, killed the Crucible Knight who was right here, who that marker represented. And then I was like, wait, alright, I guess I'm done here. And I was like, wait a minute. What's this teleporter go to? It wasn't even a teleporter, it was actually a casket, a stone sarcophagus, more accurately. We boarded the stone sarcophagus, which was not unlike the way we first arrived here at the Great Waterfall Crest, because from the Great Waterfall Basin, where we fought the twin gargoyles, we took a stone sarcophagus and rode it up a waterfall over here. And that's how we discovered the Deep Root Depths, explored it, discovered the body of Godwin the Golden, now the Prince of Death himself, corrupting an Erd tree root, the source of the death root throughout the land. Fia was there, and a teleporter to Lyondell, where our travels took us elsewhere for a little while. I'm doing great, Roxas. Hey, Faust, can you shout out Roxas? That would be great. I don't know why I clicked at you. I'm very sorry for that. Oh, man. Meanwhile, SFVL's out there at home playing Mario Sunshine on her own copy and just got her 107th out of 120 sprites. Holy cow. But yes, so we explored this and we're like, wow, there's like what looks like an eternal city. It's called the Nameless Eternal City, right? And sure enough, there's the characteristic ruins down here. They're in shambles, though. Excuse me, absolute shambles. As opposed to the Eternal City of Nokron over here, and also stuff I believe we'll see over here, maybe. But for sure, Nokron is in great shape, and nothing like this. In addition, also something to note, in Nokron, there is a night sky simulation kind of thing going on. And over here, not so much. Oops. As a matter of fact, with the power of the fast loading of the PS5 PSP, we're going to check out a thing or two. Here, we'll go to Below the Well. So I can kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. Yes, see? We have what appears to be a false night sky, right? Some of the quote-unquote stars even appearing between our eyes and objects in the distance, indicating that, you know, they don't work the same way stars do. We can clearly see reflective facets on the cavern ceiling, not the night sky. Also, we rode an elevator down here that was a really, really deep down ride. Now, contrast this, or here, we'll go to the Great Waterfall Basin, because I kind of want to explain how these underground rivers work, too. We are in the Siafra Aqueduct. This is the Great Waterfall where we fought the twin gargoyles. Shout out to the Rat Squad for getting me through that. Oh, look, we could even take the sarcophagus again. We won't be doing that, though. So we're at a place where the water comes down, flows through aqueducts, and eventually forms its own, like, river down here underground, right? That flows out to sea, presumably. But this sarcophagus leads us from here in the waterfall basin all the way over here to the Great Waterfall Crest by going up the waterfall. Here we can see the tombstone above the waterfall. So presumably we rode a river all the way from down there all the way up here, and we increased in elevation. We're closer to the source of the water here. And indeed, this is the quote-unquote highest elevation of the underground, I do believe. All right, so this takes us, after a little bit of a walk, to the nameless Eternal City. And we're still underground, right? Just like we were in the previous location. But instead of a false night sky, we have this hazy smog situation, right? It's even a little bit golden, right? Kind of like the sky of the world above. Now let's find out what's directly above us. The golden capital of Lyondell. Wild, right? And there's this mysterious feature in Lyondell, a giant void within the city walls here that you'd be like, okay, so they enclosed a lake within the city walls. They wanted their city walls to be nice and round. Whatever, right? But then here is this main gate, which is the original main gate to Lyondell, and it leads to nowhere. But look, here we are, standing amongst the ruins of it. This seems to suggest that the underground cities, known as the Eternal Cities, this one nameless, but is actually probably just Lyondell. Maybe even had the same name. So we could think of this as the Eternal City of Lyondell. Over here is the Eternal City of Nokron, which is intact but underground, underneath Caelid, like the boundary of Caelid and Limgrave. And then there is the oh shoot, what do you call this Eternal City? Nokstella. The Eternal City, we haven't fully discovered it yet, but the Eternal City of Nokstella is over here beneath Liurnia. And it's heavily implied that these cities used to be above ground. And that their inhabitants, now known as the Nox, were probably the Newman race while they were above ground. But then this begs the question, okay, how come Nokron and Nokstella have false night skies and are populated, the cities are populated by the Nox, and they seem to be, kind of doing business down there? How come the nameless Eternal City here is in abject ruins? Abject ruins. Look at this. Toppled over. Almost no building is standing straight upright, and if it is, it's still got major damage. Some of these towers are a little bit more upright, but definitely feature tons of damage and stuff. And it looks like this some of the roots have grown through the area since the destruction, maybe? Let's see if we can hey Hurrytron. Oh, you enjoying Dead Island 2, Roxas? I hear it's good. I'm going to start playing that with my homeboy soon, I believe. I need to organize that. But let's find out if these vines are before or after the destruction of the city. This guy ain't gonna bother us. In fact, we'll get some free runes off of this guy. Excelente. These guys are basically free runes. And a lot, too. Like, not even a little. And once we deal with them, we can explore in... Whoa, another raid! Thank you, Volgotha! Holy smokes! Thank you kindly. Faust, you get one, I get the other, just like last time. Choose wisely. Right. Thank you, Volgi. A Link to the Past. Outside. Oh, that's right. You're doing that rando. How's that going? How is that going? Uh, I hear randos can be very painful when they don't have the logic options uh, available to you to turn off certain techniques. So, like, they expect you to play like top level speedrunners. It's hard. Yeah, I bet. My first few seeds of SMZ3 were done on like the regular seed generator for it, like the first one you'd find Googling for it. And sure enough, I couldn't finish the seed. And I would be curious to go back and try them now with my increased experience, but those seeds would have it possible to be in logic, the need to do infinite bomb jumps, the need to do insane shine sprite stuff, the need to do certain techniques in Zelda for like bomb jumping and things like that. Yeah, it can get rough. Like if the logic expects you to do a bomb jump instead of having hook shot or something, uh, you could be screwed. But I wish you luck, Volgi. You find Oh, you're doing a combo like that? That's fun. That's fun. I got a peanut butter last seed I did for SMZ3. It was 3 hours 30 minutes. Finally, hit that old target time. I've been calling a target time of 3 hours 15 since I came to 3 hours 32 minutes before that, and I was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and move the goalpost. All right. So, what we're trying to do right now here in Elden Ring though, Volgi. And yes, if any of y'all got a raid and fade, no worries. Uh, but other than that, I've only just gotten started. We are trying to figure out if the ruins of the quote unquote nameless eternal city here in the deep root depths, deep underground. Or wait, are we technically in combat? We're technically in combat. Boo. I want to bring up the map. Hold on, let me get back down the hill. Eventually, I'll get far enough away from whatever the hell aggroed me. No? Okay. What's aggroed to me? No fair. I want to be able to look at my map even though I'm aggroed. Well, anyway, we're deep underground. We're directly beneath the golden capital of Lyondell. We've established that these ruins here are part of an eternal city, just like Nokron and Nokstella, and we go with the hypothesis that these cities were in fact above ground at one point, and they were shifted underground through some cataclysm induced by the greater will in the wake of of their participation in the Night of Black Knives plot. Ah, here we go. See, we're directly below the Golden Capital, and so here's this big chunk of missing capital, right? Here's a ruined city. Now, the other two eternal cities, Nokstella and Nokron, are intact and have false night skies. This city is not intact and does not feature a false night sky. What's the deal, right? I have to watch vids about it or Corkataka. Hold on a second. Cat just barged in here while the machines are going. Get out of here. Silly. Right? It is a fart stinky sky. I talk about that too. But so we're like, okay, this city does not have a false night sky and is super ruined compared to the other underground eternal cities. So this implies a second distinct cataclysmic moment. Uh, and I'm trying to figure out if this thing I'm walking along came before or after the destruction of the city. I'm going to say it came before. This route here is destroyed with this building superimposed over the destruction. It didn't grow into the building. is what I'm saying. Okay, so we've dated that. We're doing stratigraphy, folks. So these routes predate the destruction of the buildings, and maybe even the arrival of the buildings in that case. Let's see if we're not just observing sloppy game design, or if this particular relationship is the same with this other building over here, which we're going to have to be crafty because there are some gargoyle minions who have fire breath right here. Oh, cool. There's a golden rune we never got. No! Ah, forgot about that corner. That's okay. We'll run right back up there. It's nothing but a minor inconvenience. I got blabbing to do anyway. Plus, we'll end up having more runes for our trouble, provided I don't bite the dust accidentally before the... Because these guys are passive. But yeah, we're trying to investigate what happened to this Eternal City and why it's in worse shape than its contemporaries, we can refer to them as. Cool, Volgi. Appreciate you. Appreciate the raid, of course, but do make sure you like hydrate and stretch and stuff. Alright, let's see. There's my runes right on that body. Gotta go fast. Got him back. There we go. First try. There's that last one. Ooh, there's a basilisk lizard on there, too. Let's see here. There's that gray site. Just trying to make sure we're safe. Is it safe? Oh, good. That hits like a truck. Can we take that drop? A Secret Lab XL chair. Can't say I know of the brand. Alright, I'm really overly concerned with that gargoyle. But yeah, it looks as if oh, well, we can get down this way. The roots were here before the buildings. That this building even shoved this root, which has a breaking point here, away from wherever it was originally connected when it leaned into it a little bit. Alright. Shoot, I think we can actually gain a level or pretty close to it after that. Okay. Now, I was thinking that this would be a golden sky, right? Instead of a night sky. Now, there might be another reason this city doesn't have a false night sky. It's adjacent to where Godwin the Golden lay interred. And we can go see him. Let's go see him, why not? It's a Jinx chair, too? Ooh. I don't know what this one is. My roommate got it for me, and it had way better lumbar support than my previous chair, so I was grateful. I haven't cleared all the bosses, but I have cleared many. For instance, I've already cleared this area, talked to Fia the Deathbed Companion. Here's Godwin the Golden. Um, Born to Lord Godfrey and Queen Marika. He was the first demigod to be murdered. But and it was as the result of a plot known as the Night of the Black Knives, masterminded by none other than Lady Ronnie herself, whom we are ostensibly working for right now. We're sort of playing both sides with this as far as just like getting exposed to the lore and whatnot. But so the way it went was, so what had happened was, is normally, well, like, as part of America's Golden Order, death was removed from the Elden Ring, the death rune, right? Known as destined death. And in doing so, everybody in the lands between, and I presume beyond even, became effectively immortal. And the Erd tree itself was used as a vessel to initiate basically the recycling of people through its roots, and also probably the birthing of people, even. And so everybody's effectively immortal because Queen Marika took the rune to death and was like, "Yay, no death, no more, right? Cool." And so began the Golden Age of Plenty, and that went on for a little bit, but some coveted things or had other motivations yet more obscureth and decided, no, we need to bring death back into the equation. And so Ronnie stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, a loyal bodyguard essentially for Queen Marika, who had been tasked with guarding the Rune of Death while not in the Elden Ring, right? But only a fragment was stolen. The exact circumstances of that theft are the details of it are obscureth, let's say. But the fragment of the Rune of Death was all that was needed, though, for Lady Ronnie to imbue the Black Knives with black knife prints that made them possible to kill a golden-haired prince. It's like a pun. And what's going on here? Oh, nice. Yeah, and so she arranged a group of assassins called the Black Knives, a team of whom descended upon Godwin the Golden, I believe firstborn, or at least one of the first major demigods born to Lord Godfrey and Queen Marika, murdered him, carving into his back the curse mark of death, which is the half-wheel wound of the centipede. Now, the whole thing was supposed to be a whole circle, not just half of one, right? At the same time, Lady Ronnie is using a black knife, presumably with either help from people or just herself, to kill herself also and carve the other half of the curse mark into her own flesh. This kills Lord Godwin in soul only, so we are looking at his undead body here, while Ronnie killed herself in body only, freeing her spirit, which now inhabits a doll that resembles a snow witch. So anyway, the terrible tragedy of the death of Lord Godwin is met with, you know, shock and horror, and he is afforded a in a grand burial at the very foot of the Erd tree itself. Tree root burial occurs in the lands between, and the Erd tree's roots absorb people into the tree. Their spirits are somehow recorded or hewn into the Erd tree, and then they can be reborn through the Erd tree. At least that was the process. Lord Godwin, being a very important demigod, And, first demigod to die was given root tree burial right at the heart of things, pretty much. Here's a big root that's adjacent to the root system that leads directly to the Erd tree itself. Here's the main stump of some other tree. That's a whole other story. And well, since he is now he only died in spirit, and his undead body actually infected this root of the Erd tree. And you can see it rising, and it's all corrupted and putrid and gross and stuff. And when this happened, those who live in death started to appear. People like actual zombies and skeleton warriors, you know what I mean? Like the militiaman ashes I use now, began to appear, and Deathroot began to appear in the lands between. And the official story is that death shouldn't exist under the Golden Order. So those who live in death are an aberration and should be destroyed on sight. However, there are those, including the deathbed companion, Fia, who we met in the Round Table Hold originally, who is now all the way down here. Also, I love how he's a mermaid. Anyway, she's going to use her deathbed companion powers to basically restore Lord Godwin's spirit to him and make him the true Prince of Death he's supposed to be, and usher in a new order that includes those who live in death as a valid faction of society. But right now, talking about valid members of society, we have Mr. Carrots with pictures taken instantaneously. I am a photographic genius, if I do say so myself. Please, everybody, get ready for an instant memory and type into the chat, "Oh my god, what the hell is that?" Just kidding. Type into the chat, Fuzzy Godwin. Why not? Erudition. Erudition. Fuzzy maidens are good. I'm going with Fuzzy Godwin. Going once. Going twice. There, we got it. I don't know which is the correct spelling. There, you got it. It was all captured, so I got it. Thank you, Mr. Carrots. Welcome in. Shoutouts for Mr. Carrots. Mr. Karate if you're nasty. I got on a lore spiel right now. Breaking it down. Breaking it downtown. Today's the 1st of May. Workers of the world unite. All right. Thank you so much for that redemption, Mr. Carrots. Of course, this is the Disco Redeem. Go on there and see them in their own channel. It's a scrapbook thing, why don't we? If not, that's cool. They appear on my Be Right Back and Start Soon screens also. But more importantly, if you were to join that Discord, you could help us plan charity events. Highly recommend it. We just raised 400 buckaroos for Holiday Heroes. The fundraiser link we had is now retired. However, if you were interested in donating to them directly, that's their website. They do entertainment and stuff for kids who are in the hospital, including Switch gaming parties and stuff like that. Get involved, won't we? All right. But yes, indeed. We're doing good. Mr. Karras, thank you for shouting out Faust. Mr. Faust is a great guy. But anyway, so that's the whole deal with Godwin, right? Lady Ronnie basically used him as a pawn in her little scheme. What is her little scheme? Her little scheme is to avoid being used as a tool of the greater will to restore the Golden Order. She don't like it. She thinks she's got something better in mind. And We'll get into that a little bit more as we go. For now, we were just kind of wondering why this location of the Eternal City is as funky as it is, all destroyed and whatnot. But I wanted to point out Lord Godwin here because up in Lyondell, the city above us here, and indeed all the Altus Plateau, the sky has like an overcast golden hue to it. And down here, it sort of has that too, except it looks a little stinky. And I think I know who the Mr. Stinky Pants is around here. As far as why he is of gigantic proportion, partially fish-like, and has a crazy face, uh, and gargantuan jewelry, I don't know. No clue. Did he expand to these proportions in his undeath? Or, or was he already that big and mermaid-like? And just the freakier parts of the appearance are as a result of his corruption? Many's a question. Thanks for the lurk, Roxas. And hey, how you doing, Eastern Samurai? But yeah, so we're trying to think of the reasons why this place is all jacked up. Let's see what we can see from the edge here. Indeed. So, we can survey the situation here a little bit. Yeah, it definitely appears as if the buildings struck into the roots that were already there. We also have to wonder, are these roots? I think they're actually roots. Because there seems to be, you know, a wide variety of different wooden things around. Like, look at this stuff. It's all like, it's wispier. I think these are supposed to be like vines more so. And then there's the more woody roots, which look to be probably tree roots, maybe even roots of, you know, the system that's contiguous with the Erd tree itself. Here we have the most stark difference illustrated, though. Tall, straight, dense fibers, very squiggly wiggly, and loose fibers. Oh, this, coincidentally, I believe, is the same type of root that has been corrupted by Godwin here. Also, am I seeing eyes on this thing? Ooh, I am. Whoa, I didn't see that. Hold on. Oh, thanks, Volgy. Hey, what's up, local teachers in your area? Thank you for visiting this area. Hold on, I'm gleaning a couple extra details off of the main death route here that I wasn't seeing before. Most notably, these big eyes. Some of them seem to be growing up higher on the root, but yeah, what is up with that? Are there anywhere else? Do the hills have eyes? Hard to say. Alright, Volgy, take it easy. Thank you so much for the raid. Hey, Glitzy. Everybody give Volgotha the follow. Please, oh, please. Getting on that Link to the Past random. And thank you so much, Volgy. Yeah. It's crazy. I still need to do my thing for the 1K day. But also follow Glitzy, who does AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake, speedruns. And yeah, they're radical. Highly recommended. Yeah, rest up for sure. Anybody who needs to rest, please do. Okay, so what other reasons might this place be in the shape it is? I think we should probably move on to the Einsel River and delve into the area that I believe contains the eternal city of Nokstella for a different point of reference. Hold on. We are going to cheese a little bit more runes though, so we can level before we go over there. The giant ants. To me, like in the context of everything else we were just seeing and talking about, the giant ants are like fully mundane by comparison, in my opinion. Although they do have weirdness associated with them as well. For instance, when you kill the big egg-laying ones, they contain rune arcs, and that's like there's something to do with birth happening there, new life symbolism, I believe. We need 7,000 more rune echoes, souls. And that's easy peas. We just gotta kill one or two of these. They can't even defend themselves. It's awesome. Alright. See? Nothing to it. Let's go get another one. And this'll do it. Alright. You think I got the range for this one? I don't think so. Nah, not in a million years. I ain't even gonna go out like halfway. Said Boomhauer. Alright, that's fine though. Oh, we got the attention of something. I can't warp. I can't warp. Oh yeah, I mean I can definitely understand, especially, you know, bugs being buggy wugs. But in the contrast of the sheer horror that has taken place in the lands between with the removal of the rune of death from the Elden Ring, which it sounds like a great idea, right? Let's just make it to where nobody dies. Oh, okay. Sounds great. Let's see. I forgot what I was building up. I think I finally want to go ahead and get to 20 vigor. It's a nice round number. It would have an issue in Skyrim VR with the dang spiders. Eh, maybe. I can see that for sure skis. Alrighty. So, from the nameless eternal city, which also I want to note the milky color of the water here. This is another detail we should pay attention to. Those of you who are familiar with the film Fight Club might know... Ooh, clarifying boluses. Why would those be here? Might know a story about how ancient people clean their clothes in a certain part of a certain river downstream from where a battle took place, not understanding that the decay of all the organic material from the dead bodies and the burnt bodies mixed together in the water to form a soapy substance. And I believe that's what we're seeing here also. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Clarifying bolus is an anti-madness pellet, basically. Why would there be an anti-madness pellet here? Offer arms. Also, a thought just occurred to me. Thanks for lurking, Glitzy. You know, in the beginning of the game, I took advantage of seeking out... Where is one of them? These groupings of sarcophagi, which contain a bunch of runes in them, you know, because, you know, it made it easy to level fast and stuff. And there's a scattering of them here and there. Here's another. I do believe there's some... even all the way out here. But either way, you get the point. There's scatterings of sarcophagi here and there. Why in a land where death doesn't exist, nominally, would you need sarcophagi? Anyway, so you could take this tomb, this sarcophagus, though, down this waterfall, oops, which leads us to the Ainsel River main grace site. Ainsel, Ansel. All right. And as we can see, we are once again downstream from the nameless Eternal City, Deep Root Depths as it was called. And not even just a little downstream either, right? And we're pretty far. You know, it's not as far as the span between the Great Waterfall Basin and the Great Waterfall Crest, but it is still pretty far. So we might have descended quite a bit altitude-wise, is what I'm saying. Or depth-wise would be the proper terminology. But this brings us to the region of another eternal city, and I think we're going to try to make our way into it today. So join me, won't we? Well, thanks for the stretch, Faust. We're an hour in, and we're finally going to start exploring. You know what? Actually, before we get into it, I'm going to go use the bathroom real fast, too. Everybody go use the bathroom. Drink water. Stretch out. Stretch Armstrong. I'll be right back. Enjoy some music from Captain Sekatai. It's music he composed for my channel. Gets me hype. You probably hear it if you get here for the start soon. Let's give a shout out to our captain, as we call him. Oh, I kept it brief. Thank you for hanging through the break, whomever you are. All right. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to reiterate that all that stuff about like those who live in death, Fia's plotline, Godwyn the Golden's death, and all that was all like just like unintended consequence, or not even not unintended consequences, but just like side effects of Ronnie's goals. So what are Ronnie's goals? It's a good question, right? Oh no! I forgot that these guys are intensely strong. Oops. Yeah, Clayman. Am I right? Alright, good. So before there was one of those bug creatures suspended from the ceiling with the big mandibles and uses gravity magic to shoot rocks at you and stuff. It is now dead. Managed to kill it, so thank goodness. Indeed. Thank you for welcoming me back. There's some items over here and more claymen by the look of it. I can't ride my horse. We should be fine. Oh good, a stone sword key. Huh? I'm glad I ran over here for that. Very mean flowers. Very, very mean. Okay. And we can see these are statues of a figure known as the Dynast. This was somebody who was important to, he's like a Moses-like figure. We can think of him as. He even clutches tablets here, as we can see. Uh, the kitty. Sorry about that. Uh, I was in a situation where the cat was going to want in and out of the room. Normally, I would just leave the door open so it can come and go as it pleases. But the laundry machines are active right outside the door, and it would come through, I'm pretty sure, if it isn't already. Alright, so I understand this guy to be... He's known as the Dynast. He's shown holding tablet, and he has another tablet at his feet. He also is shown to be, like, exuding what appears to be roots? Maybe? But the differences between the tablets are, like, explained to me as this tablet being, like, a vision of the older world order before, and the vision on this tablet, we can just barely make it out, appears to be that of the Erd tree. Or at least a tree. But down here in the lower tablet, it's a little trickier to make out. The Tarnished Archaeologist did a video on this, and it was like one of the first videos I saw of his, and I was immediately enamored. This tablet is based on a real-world tablet from, ancient Babylon, I believe. And is basically a depiction of the known world, as the Babylonians would have known it. Featuring actual, like, kind of geography features on it and stuff. The tablet he carries, the part that is a map, is replaced with the symbol of the Erd tree. I take this to mean that this person is responsible in some way for transforming an older secular order into a new unified order, religious one, so to speak. And again, sort of like, echoes of Moses. Not only echoes of Moses, but like he's a robed figure with a beard. That's usually how he's depicted. Uh, and the Dynast is also not a king. He didn't necessarily see the results of his efforts. That is the culmination of the worship of great trees, as opposed to the worship of the moon and stars, which apparently preceded it. I'm just trying to avoid contact with these claymen while I poke around a little bit, because I believe this is all new territory to me. We gotta go down the river. Looks scary, though. It should be okay. So, we're proceeding down this channel to here. Now, this grace site says dragon. Okay, dragon. A dragonkin soldier of Nokstella. That's how we know the name of this eternal city. Was below the great throne of a giant skeletal figure. There's another giant skeletal figure like this all the way over here in Nokron, which is this thing here. And there's a giant throne, just like... Oh my god! That scared the shit out of me. Oh, I felt like I got clocked in the back of the head. Alright. Why did it let me go to the map when I... Well, anyway, We were down here, but we had no access to the greater area at large. So all we got was the temptation of this area of the map, I believe. But it looks as if we're walking right down the channel that leads right there. Also, ants. Ants. Oh no, you know what? I have been down here at least a little bit. Ah, yes. I remember what happened. I remember what happened. I gave in to the temptation of what lies below. Oof, that one had a big old head. Oh, hi, SFEL. I love you too. I hope you enjoy your respite from Mario Sunshine before you eventually plow through the remaining. How many? How many? 12? A mere dozen shines left? Incredible performance. Let's see. So, here's like, where did all these bodies come from? This is a valid question, right? What's the deal with all the bodies? QW? What's QW? Oh, or quit? I don't know. But where would all these bodies come from? Are these the inhabitants of the city of Nokstella? Or were they... Let's see, there's a bunch of caskets. Where are these caskets washing down from? Well, obviously from... We just came from this way, so... From all the way in the deep root depths, we know that's where it... And there were caskets there. A lot of them. And something's got to explain the sarcophagi that go up and down the waterfalls. I'll say the only one of the only other games that has them beat Glitzy would be Mortal Kombat. Just kidding. There's plenty of examples of finely detailed human viscera or otherwise in video games. But they're still all juicy. And like, okay, these aren't human bones. These are like, I don't know, horse bones or ox, but no, that's, what are these the bones of? Reveal your secrets. They're giants. They're just giant people. This is like a regular ass rib cage and collarbone. Holy shit, that's a human rib cage. Giant people, but there's no juicy giant people, so those are older? They got to the giant people first? I mean, we know the size of your average hominid in this setting can be, you know, smaller than regular human. Uh, you know, like, well, I don't know. There's, I guess we'll say we're probably the standard size, but this is also probably the smallest we come. Like, these nobles here, you know. And then there's bigger people like the demigods, the larger bosses we fight. They're not just big because they're bosses, but they're bosses because they're big, if you understand. Uh, and then they're like Radon, for instance, he's very, very big. Even Godric is pretty big, but that's only because he's grafted himself up. But then there are also like the trolls. So might these be troll bones? They seem small, though, to be trolls. They seem small for troll rib cages, even. And then there's actual giants like the fire giant, which is humongous. And then there's the big throned giants in the eternal cities. And then there's even the giant fungus encrusted skulls in Caelid. But where are all these juicy bodies coming from? I guess we can go see where they end up at. Oh, no. Oh, right. This is the way I went the first time because, yeah, I encountered these guys who were worshipping yet another one of these big buggy creatures that was hanging from the ceiling that I've since dealt with. Just like I dealt with that guy. What's this guy doing? Whoa. You missed me. Anyway. So that led back to like down here. There's the merchant. And you can even go down here to get to that throne I was talking about. So we'll go the other way. But yeah, there's those giant antlion-like creatures. Now, there's a couple of schools of thought on what the hell those things are. Uh, some say they are. Let me remind you. See this crater here in the ground? It was occupied in the center by something called, I believe, it's called a falling star beast, which looks like a bull charging around, but instead of a bull's head, it has an antlion's face, basically, which an antlion is an insect whose larval form lives in a little sand pit and has very long mandibles that it snatches ants with and even flips dirt at, uh, passing small insects, most notably ants, to get them to tumble deeper into the pit where the antlion gobbles them up, and eventually they metamorphose into a flying insect in their later phases. We find a creature that's an awful lot like an antlion living in the center of this pit, which is apparently a crater where it landed. It also uses its mandibles to kick up rocks and stuff at you to try to kick your ass. Now, it charges around like a bull also, which is where the similarity ends. Uh, However, underground here, we've seen creatures that share features with the falling star beast. Its antlion-like face is has a prominent central eye that has like a crazy coloration to it. Well, aren't yeah. Well, we've seen what looks like it could be that very thing. I already slayed them, unfortunately, so I can't talk about them in context right now. With giving you a visual, but they looked like a big string of pearls dangling from the ceiling, but with the same head and central eye and large mandibles of the falling star beast, except now also on the head is developing what looks to be human features like a giant skull. And it also has sprouted wings, which are shriveled and kind of still folded in on its body, and also big legs, which have also folded in on its body as it hangs from the ceiling. It defends itself by throwing, gravity-based spells at you, which just amounts to opening portals in space that asteroids come hurling at you through. Behold, the false night sky of the eternal city of Nokstella. Let's go exploring. We got an eternal city to look around. The purple gravity attacks, yes. They do. They share the same attack style and everything, and their appearance now. So they're saying that perhaps that dangling phase is the second phase of this thing's life cycle, implying yet another phase. Nokstella, Eternal City. That's an eye opener for sure. So, once again, we have the false night sky effect. It looks as if these stones are These glowing stones are embedded into the rock of the surrounding cavern and perhaps even dangled upon cords we can't see from the ceiling. That gives us the effect of these ones that are in between our line of sight and the buildings. Oh good, a boss door. Or no, that might be a stone sword key door. But look, we can see in silhouette the figures of the people whose rib cages would be the proper size to match the ones back on the ant pit. Uh, there's some silver tears wandering around. Grand architecture. And completely intact. Right? I mean, there's some ruined stuff around here, but like I want to investigate what happened to this structure, which seems to have a person patrolling. Because it's notably completely destroyed while the other stuff is just fine. Now, another thing that kind of blows my mind about, like, okay, so these cities were on the surface at one point. Why are there big-ass elevators that appear to predate their surroundings? You know, they appear to be as old as the cities, so, you know, it's kind of a why were there elevators to oblivion where these cities were before they were put underground, or the Nox themselves constructed the elevators after the fact, but I don't think so. I think the means to achieve this type of construction was lost even before the appearance of the Golden Order in the Erd Tree. Because the construction we see in stuff that was built during the Age of the Crucible and during the Age of the Erd Tree have simpler architectural motifs, even though they are still elaborate in their own right. But again, we see the figures of people in despair emerging from the buildings and stuff. I have no clue whatsoever what that's all about. But here we have, I guess, the Ainsel River still flowing through here. Looks nice and clean. Also, we have a Nox riding on this ant. Hey, what's up, Designation V? We just made it to Nokstella. Another eternal city, and we're discussing the theory that the eternal cities used to be on the surface. In which case, we're talking like Nokstella would be here. This is supported by the nameless eternal city, which is under Leyndell. You know, we can just straight up see the missing chunk. And we can argue that there's a missing chunk of something here, perhaps, in Liurnia, where Nokstella be. And I guess that's even true of Nokron, which is here on the Limgrave Kaled frontier. Interesting, right? The argument that the Eternal Cities used to be on the surface is based upon the following detail. The main gate to the city of Leyndell leads to nothing, implying that there was an original district of the town here that is now down here, and is also an abject ruin. We're taking the time to notice that the quote-unquote nameless Eternal City below Leyndell is fully destroyed, whereas, well, Nokron and Nokstella look like this, and they're majestic and beautiful, as if they belong down here, right? Also, we get a false night sky over here. There's no false night sky in the deep root depths. Let's see. Do we just descend? Whoa. Oh, there's a ladder here. I'm fond of the Eternal Cities in this game. I think they're among my favorite places in video games, probably period. I always like the idea of a deep underground cavernous underdark type situation, if you're familiar with D&D terminology. Also, I guess we're gonna... Oh, you know what? We need to activate that grace site before we go battling the Nox. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I've been exposed to it in my studies in between sessions here, the idea that the Eternal Cities were on the surface. Another piece of evidence... Oh, we can talk to Ronnie again? Okay. Another piece of evidence that the tarnished archaeologist, I should drop his name, points to indicate that the nameless Eternal City is actually the Eternal City of Leyndell and used to be on the surface is that the main gate to Leyndell would lead to where that part of the city would be. And that there is a cutscene somewhere in the game that I don't remember where uh, that depicts the assault of Leyndell. Uh, that we can see the aftermath of in this here area with all the artillery strikes and destroyed catapults and siege engines and stuff. And there was a siege of the main gates of Leyndell, and it's implied that the city of Leyndell is still behind the walls there before it descended to the depths. Now, it is known that the Eternal Cities were punished by the Greater Will, and that's why they're underground, because their inhabitants, the Nox, worship the stars and the moon. And their punishment is to be removed from the stars and the moon by being underground. However, the mechanism by which the Greater Will forced the Eternal Cities underground is unknown. But it could be done apparently in a way that left them basically fully intact, right? The exception to this is the nameless Eternal City under Leyndell, which is fully destroyed. Now, the Nox replicated the night sky in their despair. That's why we have a false night sky down here. And they still worship the moon and stars as best they can, as isolated from it as they are. This was also, so it's tied into, like, why did the Greater Will punish them? The leading idea is it was because of the Nox's involvement with the the Night of Black Knives plot, I think. But it may be something different even. I like this foliage we're seeing here. Silvered shrubbery. It's very pretty. It's a ghost flame sconce with no ghost flame. There's a noble with magic grease. I don't know if that's like kind of contextual gameplay hint. Enemies around here have a weakness to magic. Feel free to whack them with this grease. Because magic grease doesn't really necessarily tell much story-wise. Yeah, there's literally no lore attached to it. Alright, well, let's say we just go right up here. There's a Nox woman right here. I'm sure she'll be nice to us. Yeah, she's cool. Silver tear husk. The Nox are responsible for a number of experiments into artificial life. Notable results of this experimentation include the silver tears you see wandering around, and the dragonkin soldiers that we ran into we've killed a couple of them, actually. Ugh, damn it. They got me. Almost got me. They were wielding one of those cool Nox curved blades. They're way into the... Oh! I heard her footsteps. Oh no! Come on, where you at? Woo! I heard... I was like, oh! My spider senses were tingling. But yeah, they're way into their silver leaden type architecture. What would be windows are like just these heavy lead slabs instead. This is an architectural feature that holds true even in modern Lyondell. Ant's skull plate. I bet you that's like a shield. Yeah, toads. Shield bash, and it causes poison buildup. Huge head of one of the giant ants which inhabit the 2 underground rivers. Used without modification as a shield. Excels at repelling enemy attacks. Giant ants are venomous creatures, granting a boost to immunity when wielding this shield. So when you wield the shield, you get a little bit of poison boost. That's all. Cool. I mean, we learned a little bit about the ants, I guess. In that, not only do the Nox ride them, but they fashion equipment from them as well. Not precisely sure what silver tear husks are good for, but there sure are a lot of them around, so why not take advantage of it? Hold on. There we go. Fan daggers. I seem to find these kind of off, and uh-oh, we've been noticed. Concealed weapon cherished by the Raptor Assassins. Okay, so there is lore associated with it. Oh, that's never gonna hit. Yeah. Damn, there's a whole shitload of them. All right. Yeah. Damn. Ah. Nice. Chain reaction. Well, that one has a shield. Bam. Oh, we don't get any cool, I was gonna say we don't get any cool, lightning chain effect this time. Just want to make sure I'm not being snuck up on. Alright, let's see what your deal is. Alright, they got a lance. Do gotta get behind them though, on account of this shield situation they got. There we go. Alright. So the vegetation here is distinct from that in Nokron. Or wait, no, we're seeing this black foliage again. Never mind. The silver stuff wasn't present in Nokron. The luminescent stuff. A ghost glovewort picker's bell bearing 2. Well, that's nice. That'll mean we can purchase glovewort of those varieties at the round table hold instead of having to explore for it. So here we see a Nox woman. What looks to be, this is fine statuary here. But these ghoul statues here are, I believe, not really statues. I believe these to be actually real people somehow. It's just my experience with Bloodborne doing that to me. But they also seem to have the right proportions for those rib cages I found earlier. Seek precious item. Whoa, what's down there? Whoa, oh, that's that guy. Okay, yeah. See, I've been down there. We fought a boss down there. It was a dragonkin soldier. Looked kind of like a half-human, half-dragon, but of immense proportions, similar to the proportions of the gentleman upon the throne, actually. Uh, but those are a result of the Nox's experiments with artificial life. A result of them. And they're kind of failed experiments, I believe. But we got some spirit ashes, didn't we? Archers, by the look of it. Where are they? Here they are. Spirits of archers who belong to the Fallen Hawks, a band of soldiers that once explored the Eternal City. Their arrows are imbued with cold ghost flame. Though their methods are somewhat crude, they work well as a squadron, firing a hail of arrows in unison at the sound of a war cry. Wow. The silver tears and the mimics, yeah. Yeah, the silver tears are also apparently the result of Nox experiments into artificial life. This quicksilver material is apparently supposed to be an alchemical material of some kind. A result of their experiments. Now, I believe the mimic tear stuff came after their experiments with the dragonkin soldiers. Who I believe were originally... Whoa, hey, we're going to be a weapon of retaliation against the Two Fingers and their dragon allies, but they didn't work out. We got a good rune from that guy. Where's the floor? Oh, good. My eyes just needed to adjust. Also, speaking of eyes adjusting. Yeah, I knew it. But it's also strange, no? That a culture that worships the moon and stars would make all their windows opaque. And be like, well, did they do that after the cities were banished? I don't believe so. I believe they were always like that. Even if they were... That's a good somber stone. Even if they were on the surface. Let's see. We see like what looks to be maybe a floral motif here even. Oh, wait. See, I really wish I could I could zoom in, but it's really dark in here. Hold on. There, we can still see details here. All right, what are we looking at here? What do you suppose this imagery is of? Strikes me as floral, maybe. It might even be a representation of a tree. right? Maybe the bottom is a trunk, highly stylized, and the top there we're seeing is like branches, like like the way a child would draw a tree, with a little extra flourish. Anyway, we just got a really good smithing stone. Hard to say though. I don't I haven't heard any I haven't seen any descriptions of what this symbolism and design could mean on the leaden windows of the Eternal Cities. Gold Rune 10, turn back. More of these strange ghouls, I guess we could say. This building reaches straight to the top of the cavern there. It does not quite appear to be embedded in the cavern, as if like the cavern is like right at the like at the level of the top of that building. This building looks as if it is built actually into the ceiling. So like that's what I would look at and say like, no, these cities were built underground. Oh no, I was saying, well, I'm like reminiscent of. But I don't even think that's really a tree. I think I'm just projecting trees onto everything since that's all you can friggin' think about when you play this game. uh, but right, like look at that. This is what I'm talking about right here. And also the elevators. The Great Well elevators. Like this is built into the ceiling. So this indicates that either, like the only way this works is if construction on the Eternal Cities continued after they were banished. Which I suppose is possible. It seems as if the Nox have maintained a certain level of sophistication, what with their ability to experiment with artificial life. Because apparently not only are the Mimic Tears theirs and the Dragonkin soldiers theirs, the Albinurics might even be there. Oh, the big ball's coming. We gotta get out of here. Oh, there's the stone sword key thing here. Absolutely. Found one down below. I'm sitting on a ton of these things. Ah, crap. Alright, well, I'm stuck between a giant compacted foil ball and a hard place. Alright, it's leaving. So I just gotta deal with these two clowns, maybe more? Comet hits hardest. Shit. Man, you're good at dodging that. Dodge this, weenie boy. You can't see night sorcery, which is ironic. Oh yeah, I know. I'm never taking anything personally. Except for what I do. No, oh, he's got the eyes. He's got the eyes of a guy who's going to give me more runes than usual. 3,800? Wow, yeah, that was significantly more than what your pal gave me, I think. Holy smokies, it's Baked and Living. Welcome in. And once again, it's time for pictures taken instantaneously. I am a photographic genius, if I do say so myself. Please, everybody, get ready for an instant memory and type into the chat, fuzzy pickles or whatever you like. Whatever you like. Let's see. Trying to get eyes on good sites here. Oh, the sites you'll see. Here we go. Erudition. Fuzzy Mercury. After the silver tears. And it sounds almost like Freddie Mercury. Alright, going once. Going twice. Going thrice. Fourths and fifths. I did it. Also, we did it. Oh, I got that last one too. Hooray. Let's... I even got the giant boulder in the back there. Thank you so much for that redemption, Baked and Living. I appreciate you, of course. And would you believe it's a new month? We're almost halfway through the stupid, ugly year. Oops. That's not the year. Hopefully you didn't redeem one on the 1st of May last year, Baked and Living, because I just saved it as that. Alright, I'll fix the year, and now that one will just appear twice in the list. Wow, what a great photograph. I'm sure it'll always bring back the fondest of memories. This is, of course, a disco redemption. And I encourage you to check it out. You can see these in its own scrapbook channel there, and also on my standby screens and stuff. Join us, won't we? Self-promo and stuff. It's fun. Help us plan charity events. Way more fun and way more rewarding on a personal and spiritual level. You're the halfway week for the term? Is that like, is that college talk? Are you talking college talk at me? I mean, it's cool. I'm not trying to sound aggro about it. College stuff, yay! See, I was just using context to understand. But yeah, here we are in the eternal city of Nokstella, Baked and Living. Welcome. We're exploring. We're exploring. We're learning. We're talking about specifically. Ooh, nice. More ashes. We're talking specifically about the theory that the eternal cities were once upon the surface of the lands between, as evidenced mostly by the empty quarter of the capital of Lyondell and the existence of an eternal city, though in ruins, beneath it. Let's see, that was the Nox. There they are. These are not ashes. These are not ashes. They're similar. They work basically the same way, but indeed, these are puppets. College sucks. Well, I remember going to college for a little while. And, yeah. An old puppet crafted in the Eternal City used to summon the spirits of a night maiden and a swordstress. These sisters, members of a cold-blooded race who wield flowing weapons, became puppets of their own volition. Now, if I didn't too hastily defeat General Radon, we could have completed the Selvius quest line, which would have taught us a little bit more about how puppets work as opposed to ashes. Now, we have ashes here for everything else. The idea is the ashes we have are like the actual kind of cremated ashes of the thing in question, and you summon their spirits using a bell and the ashes. Puppets work slightly different. Let's equip the puppets, just out of curiosity's sake. We need to have a drink. We're not allowed to summon them right now, but when we get a chance to summon, we will. And we'll see if there's a different animation associated with it, because with ashes, you can see your character holds up a container, which is like a ceramic square, like a cube-shaped ceramic jar that presumably has the ashes in it. Then you ring the bell, the whole thing glows, and then your summon appears and does work. Hey, cool. Thanks, Majin Buu. Appreciate you hanging out. Boo raided in earlier, by the way, gang. Got me started off with a shot in the arm, in the goddamn arm. Give him a follow, would you? He's one of the institution peeps. You might have seen or heard about the institution around this neck of the woods. We always get endless support from none other than Roxy. Our charity events are successful in part due to her efforts, for sure. Oh, we've been spotted by the orb. Uh-oh. Can we thwart the orb? We can, thank God. We had what it takes to thwart the orb. For sure, Majin Buu. For sure. And once again, a larval tear. This is another thing that is the result of the Nox's business. The key item, we've seen it before. I'll show it again. We have 9 of them now. The larval tear. With one of these in our possession, we can go to Renala, Queen of Caria, former master of the Academy of Rea Lucaria, and be reborn, that is, respect, to whatever stats we want at our current level, which is 98. Holy smokes. And this is its description. Core of a creature of mimicry known as a silver tear. I guess that's that big sphere thing, huh? As much a substance as it is a living organism. So the Nox are like experimenting with some stuff here. This thing even has like an umbilical cord. Like get a load of this thing. I'm a Bloodborne fan, so if there's like an umbilical cord thing happening, you're gonna see it. Where's the Elgato? Here we go. Wham! Look at that. Right there, the pink part. Tell me this doesn't look like an embryo, right? It also looks like a seed germ. If you've ever seen like a dissected bean seed, for instance, you got the majority of it is just that blank area. That's the starch, which is like the food, which is like an egg yolk for chickens and stuff. But then you'll have the little bit that's the embryo, which is the part that turns into the root and shoot attached to it. And it looks like we're seeing something similar here. And there's a not too dissimilar arrangement in creatures that are born in eggs. Within the egg, you'll have the yolk. You'll have the embryo, which is like if you crack next time you crack a chicken egg, look real careful. Sometimes you'll see is like a little kind of blood-colored speck adjacent to the egg yolk. If you get a nice clean break and the egg comes out pretty intact, that is the embryo. The thing that would have become a chicken had it incubated properly and consumed all the yolk. And if you look at that embryo under a microscope, it shares a lot of physical characteristics with what we're looking at here. There's a core, like it doesn't directly eat the yolk, right? The little embryo doesn't peck at the yolk. It absorbs the yolk, and in this case, through something that's not too different from an umbilicus in that sense. But here we have it. And we can use this coupled with the amber egg of Renala to respec for some reason. Now, we know Renala is the queen of the full moon. She was way into moon sorcery, basically worshipped the moon and stars like the Nox did. So that's another connection, right? Here we're seeing more of the Nox look like priestess statues lining this avenue, which is a bridge rather, which is a fantastic structure, which overlooks this throne down here. Structures that extend deeper into the gloom. Wow, ever deeper into the gloom. We've only scratched the surface here of Nokstella, which seems to be the most extensive eternal city to date. That we've explored to date, I should say. Hi, guys. What is your story? God, I want to find an item that's like, and you know those guys that you see growing out of the buildings in the Eternal City? This is their deal. Or at least run into it in a lore video somewhere. Like, people barely talk, like, they don't talk about these things. They also barely even reference the giant skeletons, or like when they do, they're like, and there's those giant skeletons, and there's nothing like, nothing else about it. There's no way this room's empty. Fuck! Ah, we were so close to surviving. Dang, that's a... Well, I don't think that's too far a run back, honestly. But damn, B, we got set up. This guy ain't gonna come after us, is he? Oh, right, all these damn things. Uh... This is by far the most efficient way, magically speaking. Alright. Where'd we get to? Where'd we go? Where'd we get to, Cotton Eye Joe? Oh. Okay, so yeah, we just got right over there. At least the door's open again. Wait, no, it's too early. It's too early. Shit! Wow, these things get moving, don't they? Good gravy, that was terrifying to see it move that fast. Alright. So, yeah, see, that was... I take my time so much going through an area the first time that it's so quick to return. Okay, so let's get our runes back. There we go. Give me that larval tear. Ooh. Alright, we can raise, I believe, a third spirit to maximum level now. Now, I wonder if Roderica can enhance the puppets we have. I wonder if she's capable of doing that. Because she works with spirit tuning. With spirit ashes. Alright, do we go all the way over here? You tell the Elden Ring developers at this point, we're like, let's do a really, really Dark Souls-y dungeon crawl here. And it works. It's nice. Especially with the big ass spheres that kill the shit out of you. Very Sen's Fortress. We're about halfway, or a little bit more than halfway, to another level. We'll be level 99 at that point. One of those spheres can appear anywhere, you know? No item ahead, no item ahead. I'm willing to trust if the message appears twice. Smithing stone 6, that's quite nice. Door to nowhere. We found a door to nowhere. Come on inside. We'll take that ride. Now, there's just gonna be a huge sphere in here, and it's gonna try to clobber me like its friend did. Oh. So we have these tiers that are electrified also. They're interesting to me. Smoked them. Yet more, huh? Oh. Okay. Oh, one of these spheres is up here and it's dripping them out. What's up with that? There we go. Fuck you, man. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in there, comet swinging. You ready? Let's go. Gosh, we didn't hit it at all. Alright, fine. Alright, at least it's no longer drippings with goo. Now, these things are very inefficient as far as fighters go. Am I right? But let's take care of this damn thing right now. It's still alive? Oh, no, it's not. Woo! Dodged early, but I still managed it. Okay. Also, let's put our damn lantern back on. Another larval tier. Hooray. I'm just looting Nokstella right now. Somber smithing stone. So the big heavy spheres. The big giant spheres, they're definitely sourcing these things. It appeared as if a bunch of them were dripping out of it until it itself fell from the ceiling to make its attack on us. They definitely have awareness. Is this a hole? Oh. Regret ahead. Oh. Okay. And it looks as if we might have beelined to the actual terminus of the zone. Ooh. Hold on. You're not getting away so easy. That's it. Somber Smith and Stone 6. Alright, we got some tears in there, a swordstress, and I'm sure a number of other things. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Let's summon our puppets. Summon in puppets. Nope, same as the Spirit Ash animation. But I think we're gonna open up with the Cannon of Haima. Boom. Oh, I missed. Oh, they're transforming, that's why. Bam! There we go. Alright, the puppets are fighting the tears for me. That's good. Yeah, that's it. Wait, wait, wait. Oh! Got one. Y'all want to get my back, or? No? That's fine. Oh, they're dealing with... Ooh. She took down my puppets. And almost took me down in a moment of haste. But we first tried the zone. So that's always good. Here we have what looks like... You know, we have a cathedral type setup here. Pews and all. Even though most of them were destroyed in the fight right now. A giant throne, proportioned for the giant skeletal figures we've seen. And silver tears that were like perfect mimics. A little bit, you know, they were able to form up into actual human form with weapons and stuff. T-1000 style. The moon of Nokstella. Let us see what this is. Is it a talisman? It looks like a talisman. It is. Increases memory slots. Nice. This talisman, this legendary talisman is a treasure of Nokstella, the Eternal City. Increases memory slots. This talisman represents the lost Black Moon. The moon of Nokstella was the guide of countless stars. Oh, shit, I didn't fix it. My bad. I was pointing out a larval tear earlier, and I zoomed in stuff so we can look at the item description. Well, at least you guys got a good look at the moon of Nokstella. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you, Glitzy. And by kinda, really zoomed in. Alright, y'all weren't missing much anyway. I died during that period of time and came back. But yeah, see, we have like a cathedral set up here. The giant throne proportioned for the giant skeletal figures we've seen before. And we just discovered that talisman, which mentions the dark moon. The lost black moon, as they call it. But thank you for the heads up on that, Glitzy. I truly would have felt silly. It was super silly had that gone on for longer than it did. But hey, another memory slot. Let's see, what would we have to give up? More runes. I mean, we would honestly never really know the difference. But at the same time, I'm already kind of not using all the spells that are in my repertoire. For better or for worse. Okay. It appears that's the extent of what's over here. We can't just descend straight down there, but look, there's a golden seed down there. We can tell because it's got one of those golden sprouts. So it looks like we have to backtrack. Jack. Okay, look, let's see. Here we have the rare instance of the building kind of clipping into the cavern. You can kind of see where the rock kind of clips all the way through the building and out the other side there. That's definitely not an intentional type thing. So it makes it still, it's hard to tell. There's checks in either column for the eternal cities once being on the surface. One of the biggest checks for them being on the surface is that they are a star and moon worshipping people. But then the other line of thought would be, okay, so they were banished underground. Then they built these cities, right? As opposed to the cities being on the surface and falling down. But there's just like, there's a ton of stuff on the surface also that seems to support these cities were on the surface at one point argument. Including a network of roads that would have included the locations of these cities on the surface. I believe this has been mapped out by some valiant, intrepid explorers. Once again, I refer you to The Tarnished Archaeologist and Smotown on YouTube for in-depth lore analysis videos, which is essentially what I'm regurgitating to y'all here. Wait. I can't remember if while I was talking to y'all right now, if I didn't check a corner like I meant to. Doubling back, because it's a long walk back if I go any farther. And then it would always nag me. Okay. Oh, man. Don't tell me these things. Oh, man. There is a marker over there, too. It's gotta be nothing. Oh, man. I really don't want to lose my runes, though. Regret ahead. Oh, okay. No item ahead. Thank you, kind message writers. That was what I thought I had missed. But no, we did not beeline to the end of the area. We went down one of the side ways, which is nice. Alright. This was the first sphere we encountered in this area, and then the room behind me to the left was where we were actually clobbered by one. And now we're working our way back down. I'm working my way back down instead of just warping, because having the point of view shift on the return trip has the benefit, you know, of seeing things from a slightly different angle and perhaps not missing something you might have otherwise. Regret ahead. Okie dokie. We should be pretty close to a level, if not at one. Oh, we need 3,000 more. Alright, let's go ahead and eat the runes for that, though. One of these. We have so many. Hey, Boo, thank you for hanging out. And thanks for the raid. Super appreciated. Hell yeah. Oh no, I'm 300 short. Less than 300 short. Well, let's eat two of the weakest runes in the game. And oops. And it'll be fine. Cool, yeah, get that water. Everybody hydrate if you can. I'm going to. Oh, hey. It's nothing. There are a ton of us out there who would do exactly what I did for you. Shit, I forgot to talk to Ronnie. Hold on, let's level up. Uh... Hmm. Let's keep plucking away at intelligence. But yes, let's talk to Ronnie.
Let us speak of the past a while.
Okay.
I was once an Empyrean, of the demigods. Only I, Mikola, and Melania could claim that title. Each of us was chosen by our own two fingers, as a candidate to succeed Queen Marika, to become the new god of the coming age, which is when I received Blythe, in the form of a vassal tailored for an Empyrean. But I would not acquiesce to the two fingers. I stole the rune of death, slew mine own Empyrean flesh, casting it away. I would not be controlled by that thing. The two fingers and I have been cursing each other ever since, and the baleful shadows are their assassins.
Baleful shadows are their assassins. Have we encountered any of these baleful?
I turned my back on the two fingers, and we have each been cursing the other since. The baleful shadows are their assassins.
It's pictures taken instantaneously. I am a photographic genius, if I do say so myself. Please, everybody, get ready for an instant memory and type into the chat, please. Fuzzy Pickles. Thank you, Eastern Samurai. Let's see.
I turned my back. The baleful shadows are their assassins.
Alright, that's going once. Going twice. I'm gonna trigger her dialogue so the... Well, nah, the stuff's fine there on the side of the building. That building there kind of contextualize it. Going once, going twice. Fuzzy, starlit, pickly nights. Thank you for that, Eastern Samurai. For the redemption. Red Dead Fuzzy Pickle Redemption. Here we go. The first of the month. Cash your checks and come up. Thank you so much. This is, of course, the Discord Redemption. Get up in there if you aren't already. See what's good. I know these pictures are. Woohoo. Oops. Don't say I accidentally did the wrong thing. I'm trying to post it. There we go. Thank you, Eastern Samurai. What a great photograph. I'm sure it'll always bring back the fondest of memories. Alright, so Ronnie's like, baleful shadows, you gotta kill them. What are they, though, Ronnie? Baleful shadow is sort of a, you know, sort of a general term. Do you mean the Nox? No way, because they're against the two fingers, too. Oh, the fucking ant's still alive. Eat it. Alright. Ghost Glovewort 7. Very nice. Wow. Wowie zowie. These guys, if you want to have somebody paint your space mural, look no further than the Nox. They're good at that shit. Also, I'm cussing a lot. Alright, let's check this out. Looks like we got a squad of a couple of guys here. Maybe we'll do this. Oh, we're out of juice. Oh, they both dodge it. They're like, how you like me now? I like y'all okay, because you can't see night sorcery, can ya? The implication is that they're invisible, and so they don't know to dodge it. Drawstring holy grease. Smithing stone 6. Now, why would this building be wrecked? Whereas everything else is nice and pretty. Maybe we're seeing evidence for a ruins of the city from its fall underground and then rebuilt, restored, or new construction city on the site of the descent. In which case down here, maybe we should see a lot more destroyed buildings. Suppose that's the thing. Oh, hey, what's up, you snails? Hold on a second. There we go. Celestial Dew. The snails were congregating around that. Hey, Glitzy, welcome back. The mounted Nox seem to be shepherding the Silver Tears, or on patrol, or foraging. Oh wow, you're fast. Whoa, hold on. Oh shit, you're really fast. Man, that hammer's cool. I love me a gavel of Haima. Nox Greaves. Perhaps the story is to be told in the form of their clothes. Here they are. Long ago, the Nox invoked the ire of the Greater Will, were banished deep underground. Now they live under a false night sky in eternal anticipation of their liege, of the coming age of the stars, and their Lord of Night. Which makes me think that, you know, these aren't the baleful shadows. Necessarily. Because they're waiting for what Ronnie is working toward, basically. Unless they happen to not like each other for some reason, or the Nox are simply unawares that that's Ronnie's goal. Suppose that's possible. Okay, gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Alright, we're up on it. We're under attack from across the way, so we'll just go inside after assassinating this person. What does it's got in its Bacchus's got 'em? Lovewort 9. Lovely. Alright. So yeah, some of these got projectile attacks by the sound of it. There's, of course, the big skeletal figure. Wearing some pretty rings. Nice robe. Who did their tailoring? I would love to know the facilities that got done in. Let's see. There's a ton of snails over here. Snails. Snails. Perhaps we can work on them with the club. Serpent arrow. That's a weird pickup to get from these guys, no? They don't even cause poison with their attacks. Whoa! Oh yeah? You're gonna be a photographic genius? That's cool. You're gonna buy a fancy camera. Oh, I know not too much about fancy cameras, other than I can work camera settings like f-stop and exposure and shutter speed and stuff. Or I can adjust exposure using shutter speed and f-stop and ISO. I know about that sort of stuff. Oh boy, there's a ton of them. Hold on, it's hammer time. It's Haima time. Oh my goodness, lightning! You're just in time for Haima time. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How are you all? I'm your casual internet acquaintance, Nectron00, and we're doing a lore playthrough of Elden Ring, and we are in the Eternal City of Nokstella. And the current topic of discussion is essentially, were the Eternal Cities ever above ground? Some believe that to be the case. I'm on the fence about it. There's too much that indicates, well, there's one thing that I observe that I'm like, okay, it's probably, they probably were not on the surface, is that some of their constructions appears to be, you know, built in to the cavern, right? Now, this wouldn't be true necessarily because if the buildings came down here later, which is supported by this, like, half-buried situation we're seeing, I guess, maybe also, but, then, you know, then it wouldn't be built to fit the cavern. That wouldn't make sense. Thank you for shouting out, Lightning. Hey, what's happening, Kissern? And yeah, I should, do the proper one. Thank you so much for the hydrate, Glitzy, and the stretch. I don't have you followed? How embarrassing. Well, that's fixed. I could have swore I took care of that last time you came around. Well, I'm very pleased that you guys came in here, that you chose me for your raid, little old me. By all means, if you guys got a raid and fade and take care of yourself, please do. I recommend getting a stretch and some water, even if you plan on hanging out. We're doing the slow burn. We're taking our time. We're looking at the nooks and the crannies. We're trying to turn over all the stones and learn the secrets of this game. So yeah. So the leading reasons why some believe the Eternal Cities were above ground at one point are because of the empty quarter of the capital Lyondell, which is apparently now below Lyondell. As supported by the fact that the main gates to Lyondell used to probably lead somewhere. You don't build a structure as marvelous as this to go, haha, just kidding, it's actually an abyss. The main gates are the secret sidey gates. Nah, that's not how stuff goes down. So it's likely the Eternal City, the Nameless Eternal City is actually, the Nameless Eternal City is actually, excuse me, the Eternal City of Landel, now destroyed and underground. Now we have the other Eternal Cities which are also underground but not destroyed. So we're trying to figure out why we have very pretty underground Eternal Cities and ones that aren't so much, or at least the one. Hold on a second here. I gotta handle these guys. Oh my goodness, another one. Aquabusy, welcome in. For pictures taken instantaneously, I am a photographic genius, if I do say so myself. Everybody get ready for an instant memory and type it to the chat, please. Fuzzy Pickles, or maybe something clever that I can't think about because I have to flee. Flee to get away from danger. Alright. Everybody loves these Eternal Cities. They love the photographs. Hell yeah, so get up on it. I'm gonna try to get us something to look at. You know what? We're gonna try it. We're going to try it. I hope you're ready for it, because I have to time it just right. There, I think I got it. I think I got it. Ow! I definitely caught that right in the ass. Alright, let's go hide. Thank you so much for that redemption, Aquabusy. Let me capture. Oh, yes, it's very explosive. And I did catch that harpoon right in my face piece. All right. Let me make sure I'm still safe. Alrighty. It's a Discord redemption, everybody. Get up on it if you're not already. Ow! God, I forgot that was even there. Let's see. We're going to get him. Oh. Alright. What was that move? Oh, it's just the harpoon, I see. Okay. Hey, look, we did 420 damage to it. Lovely. Alright, let's get someplace safe. I'm going to take me a real quick bathroom break. If I die, I die. But if I die, I'm going to be posing in style. Yeah, I'm going to take a really quick break, y'all. Use the bathroom and such, and we'll continue the exploration of Nokstella. Oh, also give Aquabusy a follow. Did we give Aquabusy a shout out? Let's give Aquabusy a shout out. There we go. Done and done. Rock and roll. And I'll get that posted and everything. Be right back. There we go. And against all odds, I've apparently survived. Yeah, I survived the bathroom break. That's a funny thing to say. But yes. The Eternal City of Nokstella and the question as to whether or not these places were above ground. I believe I was explaining before that I was like, well, you know, they appear to be underground and intact. What explains that unless the survivors constructed more city, you know, after the fact, which I suppose is possible. Oh. Shit. We've put ourselves at grave risk. Got him. Ha! Oh, don't get too close. Oh, shit! We're getting wrecked. Golden Rune 10. Okay, well. Gosh, stop impaling me. Gosh, they're coming. I can't stop them. Oh, they can stop me, though. Cripes. Whoa. Alright, alright. Fall back. Let's reassess. What? Oh, the auto target broke. Alright, damn it. They separated too much at that point. Dang it. That shot would have did it, too. Come on. There we go. This one, like, stopped being aware of all functional reality, I guess. Alright, a couple more of these dweebuses over here. Alright, I believe we've cleared everything. Maybe. I bet you there's some up on this ledge. I do remember we were getting peppered with those attacks when we were upon the walkway up here. Which has this really pretty filigree that seems to sparkle in the faintest of light. Glovewort 8. Here we go. We can now officially get at least one spirit to maximum. We'll consider the militiamen and also the mimic tier, of course. Still a bunch of silver tiers. Like, what are they doing sparking around as the Nox patrol on Ant back? They seem to be fulfilling a role not too dissimilar from the nobles we see on the surface scrabbling in the dirt, usually under guard from various faction troops or whatever. And we occasionally find one of them holding a box that has like a ton of runes in it, or like one very, very good rune in it, or whatever. But exploring down here at the river level is proving rather interesting. These ants appear to be... They have swollen abdomens, but aren't as swollen as the egg-laying ones we had seen before. I'm not sure what the deal with these is. Lovely. Plenty of formic rock around here. This is the rock that's been interacted with by the acid chemicals that the ants can spray from their abdomens. Ooh, thought that was a ledge there. Oblivion. Yet I hear ants or something. Like, look, right? How could this city have sank down here and yet still have these fabulous columns that hold up this bridge with no damage? More likely, perhaps these were built after the fact? That there was a period of time, indeed, perhaps even prosperity for the Nox underground? Alright, no worries. We're taking care of the issue. Got her. She had the eyes, too. The eyes of having more runes. Right. So here we see the Sword Saint statues. They're referred to as saints because statues like this are referred to as saint statues in one context. And that context is actually on the surface, I believe. It's called the Divine Bridge. I mean, we'll check it out. But whoa, we're going underground. Didn't expect it. I don't think we want to be here yet, necessarily. Let's check out some other places first up here. We definitely want to take advantage of the fact that we've killed everything up here to continue exploring. And again, one of these elevators, like, that leads deeper underground, it wouldn't make sense unless this place was constructed after it was down here. What did we get for that? Oh, just, yeah, okay. Ghost Glovewort, always good. Oof. More Celestial Dew. Things seem to like to congregate around around that. Silver tears for days, though. Oh, look, it's a couple of those really big-headed ants that really suck to kill. Of course, we have to try. Probably, let's see, probably this will be a good one to use. Let's see. Nice. Oh, I came so close. Hey, what up, Walla? Is there even anything back there where those guys were? Yeah, man. Well, thanks for stopping by and saying hello, pal. Here's a shout out to Walla Gaming, one of them good pals of the institution. Indeed, whoosh. Ugh, man, that's a far run back, too, and a fair amount of runes to make it worth it. Plus, we really wanted to get to that elevator. That is unfortunate that that ant killed us with a sliver of its health left. Let me tell you what. Let's see how well we can do at killing these things with no magic. Well, we lost all those runes. That's what I get for going after them all saucy like with no magic with that many runes at stake. We topped 405. 405 out of 300 of the initial amount we wanted. And I took second place in the tourney. Hee hee. I thought it was fun. Mm. Returnal speed run. No, I think the next thing's PSI Hope 3, right? Or I might do something. I think I'm gonna do something for Stack Up this month. Nothing too big though. But yeah. Oh yeah, you down? Let's go. PSI Hope 3 is actually going to be Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Hold on now. So what sucks is that, yeah, we can't really, oh, why did I use that? You can't really run through here without getting in a lot of trouble. Yeah, she's gonna dodge that. Alright, let's get the hell out of here before things go south. Shit. There, that finished that one. Where did you come from? Alright, fair enough. Ah, god damn it. Oh, you jerk. We weren't supposed to do that. Yeah, alright, here we go. Boom. Boom. You have a good night too, Walla. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate you. Also, I guess I didn't grab this last time. More Glove War 8. Lovely. Alright, let's just be cool. I don't think we went up here last time. The ones with the shields are the ones to watch out for. Whoa, because they can do that. Oof. Hold on a second. Alright. Well, we're whittling them down. Alright. Alright, looking good. We got half again our rune, or half our runes of what we originally had collected. Alright, we did not get that seed up there, however. We ended up getting trounced by them big-headed ants. Giant Minos. And it looks as if we can't really get there from here. Shoot, so does that mean there was a way from up there? Oh man, it's true. Shit, I can see it. Oh man, damn. Okay. Well, we're just gonna have to face some facts, aren't we? Alright, let's claim this grace site after all. More sarcophagi. A broken column. We are further downstream. This enemy getting killed up there. It's worth 530. Wow, more stuff just died. Oh, must have been a silver tier that was electric, and then when it died, it killed a bunch next to it. Alright, well. We can talk to Ronnie some more.
Even when I turned my back upon the Two Fingers, Blythe remained my loyal ally. Though he was created a vassal for an Empyrean, he was a colossal failure on the part of the Two Fingers, Blythe and E.G. both. Art willing to give too much to me, yet they both understand what lieth beyond the dark path, that I must betray everything and rid the world of what came before. Ah. Should I add thee to the list? Another one. Kind of heart. As kind of heart as they. Ah. This form hath loosened my tongue. I've let slip too much. Forget what thou'st heard. Forget. Ah, I've let slip. Forget what.
Mm-hmm. I think we're supposed to get something at this. Wait, no. We need a key for it, don't we? All right, we have to defeat the baleful shadow still, don't we? Which means we have to find out what that even is. Glovewort 9. Lovely. There's a message here. Time for misfortune. Cave o' cave. Mm-hmm. Alright. So we're definitely kind of following along with Ronnie here a little bit. More juicy bodies. And we have basilisks. These are strong ones, too. But not strong enough. Smithing stone 4. That's pretty weak. 5. It's very dark in here. Whoa. We have a red spirit that looks like Blythe up ahead. That could be Trixie. Let's have our pals ready. Baleful Shadow. Ask for it by name. Do we get to summon?
O Shadow, thou art the last. Tell the two fingers that Rani the witch cometh to rend thy flesh with a fateful wound, ne'er to heal.
Alright, now we're using our magic again. Ooh. Oh shit, never mind. And here we go. We cheese the Baleful Shadow.
Beautifully fought. My thanks. 'Twas more of a challenge than
Not
I
really,
envisioned.
Ronnie.
Now I can finally stand
Night
before them.
sorcery.
This is farewell, my dear. Tell Blythe and Eiji I love them.
Discarded Palace Key. I mean, why should I? What's the point of becoming the glass cannon if I'm gonna put myself in smashing range? I didn't like the look of that sword. So that was a baleful shadow of Blythe, but she just told me, tell Blythe I love them. You know, I'll miss them. Praise the coffin. Also, things are real, you know, kind of pink and scarlet even here. What was he doing here, though? We'll take a look at that key in a second. I know a lot of players took this to mean that they had just actually killed Blythe. But I don't believe that's the case. Especially when Ronnie just told us, hey, tell Blythe we're cool. And, oh, also, okay, let's check some inventory. We got that key. A key discarded by Lunar Princess Rani alongside her very flesh opens a treasure chest passed down to Carrion princesses. It is said to be found in the Grand Library of Rhea Lucaria with her mother, Renala. Alright, so we're going to check in over there, but we also want to see the doll, which now faces down and no longer has the chill. The chillness is gone, feeling now like an empty husk. There is no response. Alas. But we're going to go ahead and proceed a little bit farther. Whoa. And here we are, the Lake of Rot. Hoo boy. something I noticed on playthrough 15 or so. The Baleful Shadow was using some... I was just noticing that also on the sword, and I was going to mention it, that there seems to be... it's red flame also. The Destined Death Flame is usually depicted as red. Now, I know the Godskin apostles have black flame, and they're related to death too, but this is more like Malekith's thing, in that we see shoot from the black blades also. Uh, Wondering if that's because that's the only way to harm Ronnie after maybe, right? Maybe. But now that we've hit this grace, we can skip out actually. I want to check out something. War Counselor E.G. Let's check on him. Oh, he's still here. I just wanted to see if he has any new dialogue after that.
Greetings, my fellow. How can I help?
Oh, wait, nope.
Lady Rani,
Oh, no, okay. Fine, sure. No new dialogue, whatever. Okay, then there's no reason to check the other thing I was going to check. But now we're going to visit Renala and check and see what's in that box, that treasure chest that was there that we saw that was locked. We could also respec if we really wanted to, but no. The Dark Moon Ring. Ring. I believe it's a key item. Yes. Ring of Lunar Princess Rani's Cold Oath. Ring depicting a leaden full moon, symbolic of a cold oath. The ring is supposed to be given by Lunar Princess Rani to her consort. Rani is an Empyrean, meaning her consort would by rights earn the title of Lord. A warning is engraved within, whoever thou mayest be, take not the ring from this place. The solitude beyond the night is better mine alone. But if you want to marry me and come along, you can. Hi, Renala. The amber egg I like to think of as a reference to Death Stranding. Or I wonder if Death Stranding's appearance of the BB pod and the amber egg share a common cultural reference. Perhaps, maybe. Alright, well, you know, let's see. So we explored Nokstella okay. There is yet more to see deeper in the depths, but I think we'll hold off on that for now. And return to Lyondell. Because we have the choice now of ascending higher yet to the very foot of the Erd Tree, or descending beneath the city to discover what else lies between it and the depths below. Let's travel to the west capital Rampart so I can remember what that race site is. I think this is the one closest to the Erd Tree. And yes, it is. Yes, indeedy. Look how close we are. Damn ghost tree, going through all this trouble for you for some reason, I guess. I wonder how powerful these enemies are. I guess we could try battling them, Why not? Uh-oh! Woo! Okay, I think it's like stuck in the ground or something. What's happening here? Oof! Ah, he didn't do... Oh, we're still alive. Let's revive. Oh, okay, now we're dead. Oh, man. I did not expect the full bull charge. We also did very well. I did not expect to do that well against that guy. Ronnie keeps coming back to the point that whatever she's trying to do, she's trying to do it alone every time. It's a for your own good kind of vibe. Like, she doesn't want to involve anyone. Yeah, you know, like she's sparing us from something, right? I think that she secretly does not actually want to be alone. Alright, let's see here. Oop. Oh my god, it's NTM Plays. Thank you for the raid, pal. Deeply appreciated. Thank you so much. We're just cheesing this here gargoyle. Hope you don't mind. We should have it. Got it. Nice. Thank you for the raid, NTM. Welcome in. Latest member of the PSI Hope Squad. Pretty much, yeah. NTM Plays. He helped us out with the raid train for Superhero Day last Friday. Super fun time. All culminated in the Marvel vs. Capcom tournament at the end of the day. Yes, indeed. Thank you for the lurk, love. Skaln. I was going to say Skane. We just earned the Gargoyle's Halberd. But yes, Raiders, if you need to raid and fade, I can dig it. If not, hang out a little bit. I'll be on for at least, 45 minutes or so more, perhaps. Maybe longer. Depends how I feel about it. We're doing a lore-focused playthrough of Elden Ring. It's my second playthrough of the game. And I gotta say, I'm enjoying it a heck of a lot more this time, doing the slow burn and learning everything through it. Good old dot hack. Man. Yeah, that brings me... Dot hack brings me back. I'm sorry. Did we just get this, or did we get a different weapon? It was the spear, right? Oh, no, halberd. The thing that killed me with the bull charge. Same description as the rest, basically. Just like the wielder, the missing parts have been mended with corpse wax. A patchwork of champions. I feel like they melted champions to make champion putty. It's kind of like Bondo. Also, golden seed. Oh yeah, no, I remember dot hack all the way back to the G4 Tech TV days. Back when it was contemporary. Hey there, Mr. Guy. Who's you? Mr. Fancy Pants. Hi, Paige. Well, they were just reading. Yeah, I don't remember fighting that guy coming up here. Oh, probably because I didn't. Or maybe I did. No one can say. Alright, so we're back down at the front of the fortified manor? Is that what that is? Yeah, it sure is. So we're going to want to go back inside and back up. Oh, here we have one of those tier basins. Except it's open to the sky. You know, the lore video I watched mentioned all the crystal tier, all the tier vessels in town being covered, with the exception of Marika's bedchamber itself, which they refer to as a large crystal tier vessel. But let's see if we can spot any of the others from up here. Oh, there's one down there in that gazebo. They all got their own little gazebos. And they're covered, right? There's one there. You could just barely see the basin. There's another one down there. Ooh, with a item on top of it. And there's a couple others throughout the town. Now, the lore video I watched, I believe it was by this tarnished archaeologist, talked about these basins being used for basically baptism rituals. And where, you know, the orthodox way of basically christening your child, but, you know, treeing, I guess, since christening's based on the word Christ. It plays like an MMO that's not like it's an RPG that's based in a story that is that involves an immersive MMO, but you're in, you know, it's a very interesting kind of meta plot concept for a game. Hack, from what I understand. Also, don't mean to spook anybody, but where are they? There they are. I spotted a Crucible Knight. It's one of those mean ones with the spears. Man. So yeah, we're kinda getting into Upper Landell now. Hey, Dracolair. Welcome in, pal. We spent most of the session today, Dracolair, in the Underdark, talking about the Nameless Eternal City and why it doesn't have a false night sky, and why it's just devastated and destroyed instead of mostly intact the way the other Eternal Cities are. And we also explored the Eternal City of Nokstella and defeated the Baleful Shadow at the behest of Lady Rani. This baleful shadow taking the appearance of Blide, by the way. Here we are, near the very foot of the Erd Tree itself. Guess we could take off our lantern. Doesn't seem to be much here. There's some Erd Tree Guardians hanging out. But they're hanging out upon this twisted branch type arrangement, which has... We saw this underground, but it looked moldering, more like a root. Maybe it's not. Maybe these are vines. Also, we're at the foot of this Colosseum. And here comes at us nothing... of course, a gladiator. Oh my. You know, we might let him wander past. Or we can see if we could take advantage and cheese this. He doesn't appear to have anything to block with. So we could probably wreck him with spells. And he's kind of big, so he probably won't be dodging around very nimbly. I don't know. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try it. Why not? Why not? Why don't we? Shit. Fuck! Oh! Lord, he coming! Oh! Oh, God! Gotta heal! Alright, you son of a jerk. You think you're a clever man, huh? You think you're a clever man? Well, you're not. You're dead. How about that? Oh, hey, Betty Monster. Welcome in. The lore study got a little bit hairy there for a second. We were descended upon by what looks to be a giant gladiator man. He's got scars on his back. Let's see what we can see. Alright, subject has lacerations and scarring on his back, indicative of being frequently lashed, perhaps as punishment or as a sentence. Bears serpent regalia on both the helmet and arm bracelets. Perhaps a similar serpent motif on the legs as well. Helmet clearly reminiscent, though, of designs found in actual history of helmets found on Roman gladiators and stuff. Well, see, here's his context, though. There is a Colosseum here, so it makes sense that we would find a gladiator. But what is he doing out here? He's the entertainment. He's supposed to be in there. It is known that these structures have fallen out of use over the past few centuries, however. And being that there is no death in the lands between, that person, that gladiator there, retired, I presume, could have been wandering for quite some time. Behold! Is that who I think it is? 'Tis. It's our old friend Goldmask. And Corin, I believe, is
Please,
oh, hold on.
I implore you, continue. Continue your reflections, your rhythms. I must be the one to record them. What matters this issue of Radigan, really? The Erd Tree, heart of the Golden Order, lies before our very eyes. Why must these qualms come to you now? We were on the very cusp.
Everything alright, Corin? Goldmask not doing what you want him to? I mean, he looks like he's doing his regular old thing. Could have been kicked out for not winning.
Oh, was that you? Sorry.
I wonder if it
hardly
was the
noticed.
blindfold.
I'm a little shaken since the master
Excuse
ceased
me.
his movements.
The master ceased his movements. Okay, so before we met Goldmask way over here, upon this bridge, staring at the Erd Tree. We told Corin, who we originally met in Round Table Hold, who later traveled to the Altus Plateau in search of Goldmask, hey, we found Goldmask. Corin goes over here, hangs out with Goldmask, and notice that Goldmask is doing little wiggly things with his fingers, and that he can interpret these as reading the Golden Order through the tree or whatever. And they've moved closer, and now there seems to be some matter with Radigan that Goldmask is concerned about that has stopped his reading. We can talk to Goldmask. Good talk. Alright, well, let's see what he has to say about it.
Did you need something else?
Let's see. You got incantations I can buy? You do. We need 17 faith to use the Black Flame Blade. That's really cool, though. I think I'm gonna buy it, even though I can't use it yet, and just eventually get that, maybe. What's up with your pal?
The master's reflections had heightened as we neared the Erd Tree. While still a precise calculus, the rhythms grew increasingly wild until he simply ceased. Now the master is facing quite the puzzle. The Golden Order is founded on the principle that Marika is the one true god. However, The name of Marika's second husband, King Consort Radigan, also appeared. Who exactly was Radigan? The Master is stumped. His finger has remained still ever since Radigan's name was discovered. Curse my mediocre mind. The Master only has me. And here I fail him. Who exactly was Radigan? The Master is stumped. His finger has remained still ever. But
Oops, sorry.
Heart of the Golden Order lies before our very eyes.
Yeah, he's not really.
Why must these qualms?
Yeah, he's not saying anything new.
We were on the very cusp.
Not the cusp. Alright, Corin. Well, you do your best. Gold Mask, you keep on trucking. It appears as though, yeah, they just ventured over here so they could be nearer to the Erd Tree. Whoops, almost hurled myself off at a cliff face. Wow. It's like staring upon a great cliff. Boy, we're close, aren't we, though? Calmless or storm? Dog, if I only had a tail. No head ahead. Okay. Moving along, then. The Star Fist. Ooh. That's a gladiatorial weapon if I've ever seen one. And it's for punching. Spike punching. Or punching the spikes. Causes blood loss. Spherical iron manifer covered in spikes which induce blood loss. Used in brutal games of pugilism. Endure. It gives you poise. Curious. Oh, hey guys. What y'all doing? If I only had friendship. Well. And I think, like, believe it or not, the Colosseums themselves are, like, inert. Right? Oh. Here's another one of these guys. God. Charging in open ground is a mistake, and I don't necessarily have the resources for this. Hold on. Yes. Uh-oh. Shit. Alright, be cool. Shit. There we go. Ritual Shield Talisman. Where is it? Here it is. Raises defense when HP is at max. A talisman patterned after shields used in ritual combat, held to honor the Erd Tree. Raises defense when HP is at maximum. The practice had died out by the age of King Consort Radigan, but remains of the arenas where ritual combat took place can still be found in every land. Which is true. They are big-ass, obvious structures. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. I believe there is one other still, perhaps. And look, upon its doors, a great tree relief. but this tree is not the Erd tree, necessarily. Oh, we can open this. Royal Colosseum. I believe, yes, so we can do duels and stuff here, PvP, fun stuff. I don't believe anything in here is actually lore related, but this, I believe, is basically a PvP lobby made real, more or less. And here, yeah, we can enter Colosseum combat and so forth. We are not going to do that. Yeah, you know what? That wasn't a feature the first time I played through the game. I believe the Colosseum stuff came about as DLC after, or well, not DLC, but an update patch or whatever after I finished playing. Really wish we could ride Torrent here, though. These are far walks to take. There's also this path down. Oh, I was going to say, which way did we go? Because it was this way, because I was like, we certainly didn't encounter that gladiator. Alright, well, we confirmed Gold Mask's new position. What? Hey there, Dracolair. Are you interested in this shot here? You might be. For pictures taken instantaneously, I am a photographic genius, if I do say so myself. Please, everybody get ready for the instant memories and type into the chat, please. Fuzzy Pickles. Let's see what other gestures we have real quick. Not too many that seem like they'll hold their position for long. Let's do this one. Huzzah. I don't know if I like this one. Let's do erudition after all. Same old boring erudition. Thank you, Dracolair. That's Fuzzy Pickles going once. Fuzzy Pickles going twice. I don't know how I feel about it. I think this is better. Yeah, I think this is better. And we got it. Thank you so much, Dracolair. Got the redemption. Appreciate you. Still just barely the first. Wouldn't you know it? Thank you so much for that redemption, Dracolair. What a great photograph. I'm sure it'll always bring back the fondest of memories. Bam. And there we go. How's your evening, Dracolair? Also, I think we're going to take one of these vines up. Right on up there. Oh, also, we should probably just hit up this Grace again. I do want to recharge my medicines and stuff. There we go. Fully charged. Fully charged. Alright, the gargoyle stays gone, goyle. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah, but I was going to say, once again, that this crystal basin, or, you know, sap basin or whatever, is out in the open where the rest are covered, and apparently involved with a baptism ritual for either new births or rebirths in the lands between. Oh wait, can we just get up here? without going down there? Oh, we can. Delightful. Never mind. Alright. It's this feature which confounds me about the vines, that they seem to occasionally sprout trees. And while the vines themselves are of a gigantic proportion, the leaves are not, necessarily. While this is also true of the Erd tree itself, whose leaves you can occasionally see falling, they are not very large. They're just like regular leaf size, which is kind of crazy to think about. But then again, I guess takes the heat off of developers having to model giant leaves which occasionally fall from the sky and flatten people. We got all kinds of guardians here. That was a twofer. We'll see if we can't line them up and knock them down again. Maybe. Cool. We're doing work. It's probably mean work and evil work, but we're doing it. Oh, don't I know it, fellow player. Don't I know it. No, sir. Holy grease. Now look. This vine grows this way and is broken. As if it predates the building. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like the vines are supposed to be after the fact. Like, look, it grows around it here. So why would it grow down there and be broken, as if there were a larger stalk? Alrighty. I think I remember what's up ahead. Yes, so why not? Why don't we? Yes. Hi, Godfrey, first Elden Lord. Oh! Fuck. Oh, shit. Damn it. Oh. Hank, get him. Thank you, Hank. We managed to first try Godfrey. Ooh, and a talisman pouch. Hank, high five. Whew. That was some good dodge in there in the middle of that earned me that victory. Alrighty, so also we got a shitload of runes for that. Let's gain a couple of levels, why don't we? Putting them in faith, yes. Okie dokie. Did we get anything for winning that fight? Shit. Hmm. Oh, yo, yeah, that a talisman pouch, doy. That means we can equip another talisman. Excellent. Yeah, Cadence of Hyrule is currently available. You can play it for free right now, which is pretty rad. I recommend checking it out. Also, see if you could be into it. I bounced off of Crypt of the Necrodancer, and from what I understand, it's basically just the Zelda-themed version of that game. Let's see, we can equip the Moon and Nokstella, but also I didn't really give it a fair shake. Let's be honest. Raises potency of sorceries. Okay, what we got on right now? We got Marika Seal, Radigan Seal, the Gold Scarab. Okay. Yeah, potency of sorceries. We want that back. Cool. Finger reader crones are everywhere here. All dead. Behold sadness, indeed. Ah, see, look, here we have another crystal vessel, but it is covered, unlike the one we saw down below. Holy grease, a lot of it. Why would there be holy grease here? But behold, we are under the Erd Tree. This building we just passed through, I believe, is called the Erd Tree Sanctuary. And now the vines here look more like vines instead of trees, right? Hank and Larry really came in clutch during the Godfrey fight. Too bad Larry didn't make it. Seek edge. There's a way to get up there. Also, look, a lot of this stuff we saw in Stormvale Castle. This area is, of course, the source, of course, of all that stuff. Ah, here we go. This is what we want. Also, we can get a real good look at the fortified manor. AKA Round Table Hold. We can see the Divine Bridge beyond it. And it's been posited that the fortified manor predates the rest of Lyondell. Even though in the real world, the Norman architectural design post-dates Byzantine, I believe. Could be wrong. And I should clarify that the architecture we're seeing here in Upper Lyondell is Byzantine, whereas the stuff we see in the Eternal Cities is more like earlier Roman. Hey, have a good night, Designation V. Thank you so much for hanging out. Might be a little bit easier than Cadence of Crypt of the Necrodancer. You enjoyed it a good bit more than Necrodancer. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And here's the Erd Tree bow. And look at this particular relief of the Erd Tree. The Tarnished Archaeologist points to this relief as being of the Erd Tree, as we know it. Well, more particularly as it was alive. As distinguished from the Great Tree relief we saw on the doors of the Colosseum, which is, in fact, of a previous Great Tree that we just know as the Great Tree. Do it. Celestial do. Do it, and it's the do. You get it? Golden Order Principia. We're going to want to give this to Muriel. Oh, also, item type. There we go. We can learn Radigan's Rings of Light and Law of Regression. Prayer Book of the Golden Order Fundamentalists. A dense and complex academic treatise that contains the Order's fundamental principles. Can be given to a learned cleric. So yeah, it's named after the book Isaac Newton wrote about the natural laws of the universe. In the Principia, Isaac Newton also described how he believed, there we go, how he believed the mathematical proofs of the laws of the universe as he described them to be, you know, proof of God, etc. So we might be seeing, or we are seeing, a reference to that here. Also, are we kind of backtracking now? I feel like... yeah, okay. Right? We're backtracking here. Wait, no we're not. What is this place? An Erd Tree themed elevator. Okay. It's the statue. Trap ahead, therefore be wary of pickle. Be wary of trap? Try sorcery, then visions of something incredible. This message back here... or no, it's not. Never mind. Oh, here it is. Regression alone reveals secrets. Alright, I think I know what we're gonna do for our last act. Perfumers. I hate perfumers. This is, of course, the Crucible statue depicting the reduction of the other shoots of the Crucible to just the golden lineage, that is to say the Erd Tree. Oh, wait, this leads to that Crucible Knight. Ah, crap. Huh. Oh, crap. is this gonna reach? I don't know. Whoo! It did. Yeah! Hell yeah for Comet. It kills the hell out of a Crucible Knight. Okay, well, that went pretty good. It's toying with me. Wait, where'd it go? Got it. Barrier of Gold. Ooh. I think that's an incantation, of course. Barrier of Gold. Greatly increases magic damage negation. This incantation was used by the champions of the Erd Tree in the First and Second Liurnian Wars, during which the red-haired Radigund joined the heroes' ranks. What was that other one, though? Ah, we already had that one. Okay. That's a good one. This one has a good little piece of lore on it. All right. Alright, so yeah, that beetle and that incantation. Try incantation? Were the prize. Okay. Okay, so we're going to... Hi, SFEL. Hello, you. It goes very well. I just first tried a boss, a pretty significant boss. And we are exploring Upper Lyondell. We are like right next to this tree. Check it out. The boss in here was a golden shade of Lord Godfrey, first Elden Lord himself. And my skeletons, Hank and Larry, provided the ample distraction needed to pelt him with spells and just pretty much wreck him. Also, as far as spells are concerned, I completely forgot I have Comet Azure, which I could be using. Hell yeah. So let's do that. Hank and Larry can take the heat, and then I can just melt an enemy with this spell. Let's trade it for Carrion Piercer. Wait, why can't we... Insufficient free slots? Oh, it takes 3 slots to use. Okay. Well then, we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of that. Why not? Shoot, I didn't even know it took more than one slot. It's literally the only spell that takes more than one slot, I think. Crazy. Well, alright then. Well, there's a reason for that, because check this shit out. Alright, well that's Comet Azure. A very powerful spell. Alright, shoot. Oh yeah, we have to go visit Muriel. The Church of Vows. We got a book. We got a book that the Turtle Pope wants to read. The Turtle Pope wants to peep this book. It's the Golden Order Principia. Uh-oh! Well, it's time for this shit. Boom! Oh, shit. Oh, I forgot this guy appears at nighttime. What is your deal? The bell-bearing hunter, and he's hard. As you can see, I nuked him, but, he wasn't phased. He, like, strolled right through it. Crazy, right? Well, anyway. Hey, Muriel, wake up.
Greetings. Do you need anything?
I need to give you a prayer book, pal.
Oh, what have we here? Very well, let us both learn together. Heresy is not native
I like
to
it.
the
Let's
world.
both learn together. Wouldn't
It
you
is
like to,
but
like,
with
study with
kindness
Turtle Pope? I would love
all
to study with
things can
Turtle
be
Pope.
conjoined.
What'd you figure out, Turtle Pope? Well, let me tell you. I got some stuff here. Law of Regression. Look, this incantation requires intelligence to use, not faith. Very curious. Very curious indeed, indeed. Did they not know it was the Lord's aid? Radigan's Rings of Light. Oh yeah, let's look at the descriptions for these. Alright, one of the incantations of the Golden Order fundamentalists, a gift of gratitude to the young Makella from his father, Radigan, produces a golden ring of light and fires it across a wide area. Charging enhances range. And yet, the young Makella abandoned fundamentalism, for it could do nothing to treat millennia's accursed rot. This was the beginning of unalloyed gold. That's a little piece of lore there for you that stipulates where Makella, the child of Radigan, separated from his own lineage, heals all negative statuses, dispels special effects, and reveals mimicry in all its forms. Fundamentalists describe the Golden Order through the powers of regression and causality. Regression is the pool of meaning that all things yearn to eternally converge. Cool. Take it easy, Muriel. Alright, we're just about near the end. I did want to get that incantation, though, in order to demonstrate what it does and the truth it reveals. We'll trade out the magma for it. Here it is. And once again, an incantation that requires intelligence to use, as opposed to faith. Let's see what it looked like. Bam. Ooh, did you see that symbol? Let's go to where there's like flat ground and do that. Cool. But let us revisit that statue down there we saw. A statue of Radigan. And there was a suggestion that we use this particular incantation before it. We have transformed the statue of Radigan into that of America. And it don't change back. What a strange mystery. Be wary of trap. All right. And from here, I believe we want to visit Gold Mask. So let's go to West Capital Rampart. We should just be able to run right up to Gold Mask. Not that way. Ugh. Wait, is that Gladiator Man going to be back? Crap. There he is. Oh, why aren't you shooting it upward, you fool? There we go. Of course. Alright. So, Comet Azure has a little trouble with slopes. A little trouble being on target when you have to aim at something slightly above you, I guess. It is nice being able to finally use that spell. Hey guys, you'll never guess what I found out about Radigan.
Oh, was that you? Yes, the Master is still ceased. And after coming all this way, why now, of all times? Who exactly was Radigan? The Master is his finger has... The why must these... We were on the...
I thought that's all we had to do. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah. Tell him Radigan is America. Hey. Radigan's America. You heard him go. There was just a very faint... But hey, we learned a new gesture. Let's see here. Oops, no, not that one. Golden Order Totality. Anyway.
What on earth did you do to the Master? Well, not that I'm complaining. Master's finger moves again, resuming his cogitation. More than good enough for me. I haven't the words to thank you. So I'd like to pass this on to you instead. A glimpse into the heart of the Golden Order. Documented by yours truly.
Immutable shield. Enchants shield. Held in left hand with light of regression, increasing all forms of non-physical damage, negation, and ailment resistance. Two concepts form the basis for Golden Order fundamentalism. One is the law of regression, to which this incantation relates.
Further study of incantation, indeed, To think that Radigan was Marika herself. Or at least, such is all I can interpret from the rhythm and calculus of his finger. How would such a thing even have been possible, I wonder? Sadly, I cannot comprehend it myself. Do you have a fuller understanding of the matter? Well, either way, I can continue my documentation. In truth, it matters very little whether I understand the Master's thoughts or not. I am merely his scribe. It is my sole and unwavering purpose.
Alright, cool. So, we've advanced the Gold Mask plot, too. We got a lot of plots in action. We got Ronnie's, we got Fia's, we got Gold Mask. Nefali. We got all kinds of stuff going on. So yeah, we'll just hang out here, I guess. And we'll call it a stream. Thank you. And here's to Golden Order totality. 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 We'll post it. There we go. Well, thank you for joining me.